Internet friends, it's Sarah Joy here with another update for day 5 of trying to build a FlutterFlow app in 7 days. So today I was able to add a few more tables to my Supabase and get the UX in for creating new mileage entries as well as new maintenance lists for the cars in this app. Super quick, let's just talk about the tables I added and the view I added to our Supabase. I added a maintenance list table that has the milestone that the maintenance list should be performed at, the estimated date, which I still need to do the calculation and figure out how to populate that when we first create a list, and then the car ID and a date as well as a completed date. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm going about this the right way. I have this date column here that I made so that I wouldn't have to do like Boolean checks of like, is it completed? Then use a completed date. And just my thought is that I can just update this date column every time I update the established date or the estimated date or the completed date and then just pull from that column. I don't know, it was an idea I had. We'll see how that goes. And then the mileage table is for when they update the mileage, it just saves it with what the mileage is entered as, the date it's entered at, and then what car it's for. And then finally I added this table called vehicle activity. And my thought behind this is that it's going to be an activity log of both of those mileage points and the maintenance lists. And the idea is that I will be able to show it here. Oops, wait. Okay, wait. Hold that thought. The idea is that I'll be able to show mileage entries and maintenance lists together in one list. And so I have this table that can, a row can either have a foreign key to a mileage row or a maintenance list row, and then it has this date column again, as well as the car. And then I created a Postgres view off of that vehicle activity table that gets all of the actual data and content from those two different tables, from mileage and maintenance list. And that's what this is doing here. And that view is called activity log. And this is what I'm hoping to loop through for each of the cars to show the activity log of when you entered a mileage update and when your next maintenance list is. And yeah, so I did all that. I created all those tables and I hooked up these two buttons here from this car dashboard to be able to update the mileage for a car. So we can update this one to say 1900. And you can also like change the date if you feel the need to do that. And you'll see it updated here. And then we can also create a maintenance list from here. And this will be like the view for when you first create a car because there won't have any maintenance lists created. And we can do that from here with just by entering at what mileage point you want that list to happen at. And I don't have the flow complete yet for like after you create it, it'll take you to the maintenance list because I wanted to do this next part first of being able to read and get all of those maintenance lists. Right now, this is all just hard coded in FlutterFlow. But if we go to mileage, you can see the mileage point that we added. And if we go to a vehicles activity and look for this ID under mileage, we'll see it here. And here in the activity log as well, somewhere here. Oh yeah, there's the 1900. So I'm able to create everything fine. The next step is to read and update, and then, of course, delete. And the other thing that I worked on today was this, and I actually changed it back right before I started recording, but I guess I'm kind of torn between how I want to set up the UI for this. Before I had it as I didn't have these tabs, it was just one big list of all of the mileage entries and maintenance lists. But when I was thinking about doing it that way, I realized like, oh, I want to start kind of at a very specific point. Like when you go into this car view, I want it to load. I want you to see what's the last time you updated your mileage and the next upcoming maintenance list. And that's probably possible. I'd probably be able to do that if I set up an API endpoint and pass it some queries of like start by this date, but then I'd have to figure out what date that is, And I figured that this would be a little bit easier to do, just having this upcoming space of this is the upcoming maintenance. I could just do a query for the maintenance list for this car with the closest date is probably what I'd go off of. And then the last maintenance list that you just did, which was like the closest date in that previously happened. And then also show the last mileage update that you added to this car. And yeah, so then I was like, well, do we even need to have the mileage and maintenance shown together? Which, like I said, I reverted it back in FlutterFlow. So it would look like this, where it's just an entry log with maintenance and mileage points mixed together. Or do we separate them out? Do we separate them out into this mileage log and this maintenance list log? I don't really know. I'm leaning towards this of like having them combined because I think it's nice to see them together, but I also don't think it really offers much seeing them together. Originally, my idea for this log was that you would have kind of like a bar that gets filled with like how much mileage you have, and it'd be like a vertical bar, and then these entries would be kind of like points along a timeline on that mileage bar. So that's why I wanted them to be seen together. But when they're just like cards like this, yeah, I don't know if it really offers anything to see them combined. But I might just do it this way because I did make that activity log view for this reason, so that I could pull those two tables together and see them together. So you know what? We'll probably just go with a single entry log to see everything. And we can always change it in the future if we want. Yeah, so the next steps are going to be setting up this view of upcoming maintenance, most recent maintenance, and last mileage update, as well as the entry log of pulling everything together so that I can update the list data and the mileage entry data from somewhere. And then after that, it's on to editing the actual maintenance lists here of being able to add tasks. So today is day 5. I've got tomorrow and Sunday to see how far I can get with this app. I think my prediction as of right now is that I will complete this data handling phase. So I think I will get to the point where I can update and delete mileage and maintenance lists, and then also finish off these maintenance lists where I can add tasks to them, super basic tasks of the title, status, and a notes field. I think we can do that by Sunday or by Sunday night. So yeah, stick around to find out. And if you have thoughts on what this view of the car should be, of like one list or 2 separate lists, I'd love to hear it. Or if you have any other feedback or thoughts or questions, about this list, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.